So the 17B comes with these cabinets here above your dinette area. What's a pain is these panels on the side of the door are stapled in place. So when you go into the center door, you have to reach around those panels to access anything you have stored there. And sometimes you have a hard time seeing what's there. So what I'm going to do is modify those side panels into sliding doors. So that's what this video is all about. I've actually already started the process, so I'll show you what I've done so far. So this is the cabinet after the panels have been removed. Now those panels were held in place by 16 staples, 4 on each side, and I'll show you what the panels look like after removal. I just wanted to add that those panels were removed with a metal putty knife, and they were carefully pried off. So this is what the panels look like after removal, and as you can see, they did get damaged, but that damaged area will actually be behind the frame of the cabinet itself. Also, the staples stayed in the frame, so those had to be removed also. I had help from a friend, and the first thing we did was install this gas strut to help keep the door open. Coleman doesn't include those when you purchase the camper. I didn't bother filming that part because there are plenty of how-to videos on YouTube on installing these gas struts. One thing that needed to be done before the strut was installed is that the lower bracket had to be flattened on one side to allow the panel to slide past it. This is what the bracket looks like when it comes with the strut. So all I did was use a hacksaw to cut off one side of it, like I said, to flatten it so the door panel will slide past it. The next thing we did was glue these spacers on the lower part of the cabinet and also on the upper part of the cabinet. Now the panels are an 1/8 inch thick, so we used a 3/16 inch wide spacer in order to allow enough room for the panel to slide past. And we just glued them into place. Could have used screws, but we decided to go with glue. And as you can see, there's the lower one, which is a little longer than the top one. We just used what we had for material on hand, which was this piece of wood. It looks like it's about 1.25 inches wide, but there's that side, and also on the other side. I'll show you the glue we used. This is the glue we use, which is normally used for shoe repair. It's what we had on hand, so we decided to use it, and it's a very strong glue. So this is the panel back into place, and as you can see, it does slide. However, I'm beginning to have second thoughts because this here, that damage that was caused by pulling off the staples is causing the panel to stick also down here. And when it's open, I don't like the looks. You can see the damage there. So the intent was to just get some knobs that match the existing handle and put them there. But now I'm having, like I said, second thought. So I may look for an alternate material for the panels themselves. I just got back from Home Depot where they had this tempered hardwood panel material, an 1/8 inch thick. So I had them cut it to the size. I brought the original panel with me, and in this case it was 14.5 inches by 13.25 inches. And I had them cut 2 pieces for me. The panel is a 2 foot by 4 foot piece of material, and they sell it for $7 there. And I set it into place, and already I notice a big difference. It slides a lot easier. So I decided what I'm gonna do. Obviously it doesn't match the pattern, the wood pattern on the original cabinet, but I think I'll paint it gray. And also while I was there, I picked up a couple of cabinet knobs. So that'll be the next step. The panel's getting painted. The shade of paint matches the cabinets pretty well. The panels are all painted, the knobs have been installed, and this is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty good. Also, they work very well. Now this knob I would have liked to have installed a little bit closer to the center of the panel. I think it would have looked better. However, when you open the door, the knob hits the edge of the cabinet. So by installing the knobs here closer to this edge, it allows for a wider opening. Also, I had to install these knobs after the panel was in place, because if I would have tried to do it beforehand, I would not have been able to slide the panel through here. I had to do that with this off, because like I said, the spacing there is only 3/16 of an inch, and this sticks out almost 1.25 inches. So I think this is going to be a pretty worthwhile upgrade. Now I'll be able to access items from the other side of the cabinet rather than reaching behind. And overall, it wasn't very difficult to do. So if it's something you think you'd want to try yourself and you have any questions, just leave them in the comments.